Asante Kotoko in match day 13. It's really a big fixture. It is live on TV3, on United TV, and also it's powered by Adisa Production Limited. My name is Mutalaya Kubu, and this afternoon it promises to be an interesting one, and we are here to bring you all the live fixture, and also we'll see the action that will pan out here. Asante Kotoko are bringing themselves ahead of this one because their last 3 fixtures has not seen them win any. They've lost 1.
Well, it's very much interesting, and we're expecting more numbers. You look at the atmosphere, and it's wonderful for football, association football in this kind of weather. Everyone is ready, everyone is poised. And as much as it is Asante Kotoko, you go to other venues, and they don't turn up this way. We're expecting huge numbers and an euphoria which players love to play in.
Of course, and this is the Hohoe Sports Stadium. Historic fixture in there. They've played Asante Kotoko once here before. It was a full house, but it looks like more and more people are even trooping in.
Yeah, we expect
to cheer them on. Does that really play a part, especially if you're a home side?
It goes a long way. It is an extra boost, you know, when you have this here. And let's not forget that Asante Kotoko's supporters, the vociferous Porcupine Tertiary, they are not here. And you look at Hohoe, they have all different, you know, groups of supporters here. What they have is that in situ.
You wouldn't also want to miss this game live on TV3 and on United TV. We'll take a quick breather. When we return, there's more to talk about as far as this game is concerned. Stephen Owusu-Ansah, who would be in commentary position when the game starts. But match day 13 started quite well for teams like Swedru All Blacks. They came all the way from Swedru to defeat 11 Wonders by 2-0. It looks like things are beginning to settle for Ahmed Fati.
Well, I think that, yes, it was just about time. It was just about his players making prudent decisions in the final third of the pitch. And now that they have their main man, Rudolph Mensah, getting himself on the score sheet, Kwaku and Swansea having a lot more confidence, their defense, becoming more resolute, is actually helping them. But someone will say, why don't they adopt the University of Ghana Stadium? They've had two, away wins against very important, oppositions, against Dreams FC, and then the last time against 11 Wonders, who had recorded their first win.
Kevin, let's talk about this goal of the season contender from Rudolph. That was a striker's finish.
Wow, very brilliant. You look at the composure, you look at the skill, the shimmy to get past the goalkeeper after the defender had fallen. And, he took all his time, picked the spot, and decided to lift the ball beyond the reach of the goalkeeper, who had already committed himself. Excellent from him for a player who had scored 27 goals from 30 games in the Division 1. You're expecting him to hit the ground running, but unfortunately he needed to build some bit of confidence coming into the season. And I think that now that he's finding his feet, it's going to really be excellent for the team. And that goal set the tone for his team to actually get the victory. But just look at that brilliant finish from him in the second half too. You always need your anchorman in the right position at the right time, picking up the pass. Look at the movement from him. And once that ball was laid just in front of him, he just buried it to give his side that dominant victory.
Of course, and Rudolph there getting the second goal. It was a brace for the striker who scored over 20 goals in Division 1 to help Swedru All Blacks qualify for the Premier League. Getting that second goal, which was like a dagger in the heart of 11 Wonders, because they had won the previous game against Dreams FC and were hoping to build on that, but it was never meant to be as they lost. Then yesterday at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex, Nations FC also getting a 2-1 win over Heart of Lions. The last 3 games for Lions have been rough.
Well, it's been very rough for them, and it's all because that now, the travels from Pando in and around the country have started, trickling. And let's not forget that they played against, a side that is willing to get their acts together. Nations FC were playing so well last season. They started the season quite poorly, and they are with a man, Frimpong Manson, and he knows that he needs to grind the result. Whichever way the victory comes, he doesn't care. Once he managed to get the equalizer, look at that finish from Prince Bedu. It was just wonderful. It was brilliant. He decided to just try his luck, and his instinctive nature got them the victory. I can't blame Bashir for too much, and he clearly tells it. It looks more like his team, some of the players are becoming a bit more complacent, all because of the praise that, they have gotten. And the reason why in his post-game remarks, he made mention that if the players don't play well away and they decide to play only well at home, it's not going to really help them.
It started well for Heart of Lions, where Chauncey Freeman opened the scoring for them. At that point, it looks like Lions were going to cause an upset, especially against Nations FC. Chauncey with another goal. The Liberian is beginning to find his feet.
Well, he only needed time, and once again, look at that finish from him, finding himself in the best position. If it was any other game from the start of the season, I wouldn't have banged my money on him that he was going to score. But now he's getting a lot more confident. He's getting into the right positions, and that was a very good finish. And I think that it only boosts his confidence going into the next part. But at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex, Nations are very strong. Hardly will they allow you to pick home point, away from that venue, and the reason why they came back strongly into the game.
Of course, and unfortunately for them, Ruben Hennessy, he has been ever present and ever solid for them, putting this one beyond his goalkeeper.
Well, all top players, all top defenders make mistakes at a certain point, but you cannot blame him too much. It was an opportunity that he wanted to prevent the opponent from getting that ball on target, but unfortunately for him, he got within the way, and then it deflected off him where, that miscue went into his net. You can't really blame him. He was only trying to help his team, but it doesn't sum up or end what he has actually achieved this season. He's just a brilliant and an unfortunate, own goal that came from his end.
Well, so it was Bedu that got the all-important goal for Nations FC as they won by 2-1. But the other fixtures aside the Hohoe United and Asante Kotoko game, we know that Heart of Oak is traveling all the way to Tamale to face Karela. So these are the games already. Swedru All Blacks beating 11 Wonders, and Nations also getting a 2-1 win The Hohoe United also will be coming up against Asante Kotoko, and that is the game we'll be showing you live. Samatex also will be taking on Bibiani Gold Stars. But Kelvin, aside this game, there's Hohoe Karela.
Well, that is going to be an interesting game. The Phobians who struggled to score, going all the way to the Aliyu Muhammad Stadium, where Karela United seem to have found a home there now. They are much more settled. They score a lot of goals. They're much more open side. Now, I am thinking about how do they end that, goal scoring, the goal scoring woes? In the FA Cup, they lost. They couldn't score a goal, and, True Life managed to defeat them. Still not able to score. Now, playing against Karela away, what would they do? Are they going to, look forward to getting a point? How are they going to organize their defense? I think it's a mix of a bag of emotions for that is Didi Dramani. How would he even set up his team? But I think that he'll be looking forward to getting a draw. If he manages to get a draw, possibly a victory. But I think the Phobians are very good on the road. They've crunched some very crucial results, and they should be able to, pin Karela to their own end.
Hohoe traveling to the Aliyu Muhammad Stadium to face Karela, but the focus is here at the Hohoe Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko coming up against Hohoe United, and both teams have arrived at the venue. The home team arrived first, that is Hohoe United. They made their way with a rousing welcome from their fans in their beautifully cladded bus. Hohoe United Football Club, one of the new entrants in this year's Ghana Premier League. Very confident coming into the game, and they have the likes of Safianu, who has scored 4 goals for them so far. Ati is also one of the danger men for this Hohoe United team. Very, very confident coming into this one.
Well, very much confident. And you look at their team, and it clearly gives you an indication of, a mix of experience and youth. That youth that they have, very, very good team. And you can see from Adomako, the likes of Paul Kwame, they're very much experienced in the league, and they only offer the team that sort of confidence, that sort of vibrancy. Sana Ati and then Dako would be looking forward to plying the flanks and causing more trouble for Asante Kotoko. They have a very good team. I think that Tijani and his men are gradually settling. They have a very good captain who mixes defense and attack beautifully to be the link between midfield and attack.
Of course, so this is how Asante Kotoko also made their way to the Hohoe Sports Stadium, also in their beautiful Porcupine bus there. They have quite a number of their fans here. Amua today would have a part to play. Remember, there is no Lord Amua in today's game, and that his place has been taken by one Hamzata. The Hubejehu has been like the best player so far for Asante Kotoko, together with Samba O'Neill, and that is the Porcupine's dressing room. They are also eager to get back to winning ways, and we've spoken to both coaches when they arrived at the venue. Tijani is optimistic of getting a victory, and for Karim Zito, he thinks that they need to get back to winning ways after going 3 games without a win.
We are playing against a big club and also a good side. And the game is going to be a difficult one, but we are also have the right mentality to win the game. After the game, we came back and prepared very well. And against Kotoko, you don't need to talk much with the players. They know the task ahead. So they have to come and show their talent and the progress, and that's all. Of course, we are very ready. That's why I said we also have the right mentality to win the game. So we are ready for it.
Well, a hard game as usual, and then we are also ready for it, because for now we have to understand how the league is going and how everybody plays against Kotoko. So we are also mentally fit and then strong to beat them. All the 3 games we talk about, we created chances, but putting the ball into the net was our problem. We were not focused and so forth. So after we work on that, we work seriously on that, and then we are hoping it will work magic today. I'm lucky to have about 2 of them back, and then I told the others to be mentally ready, because you are not registered in Kotoko to play as a reserve player or as a second fiddle to somebody. You are being registered to come and play as the best. And today, if somebody is not, this is the opportunity for you to seize it and then play.
Karim Zito Kabute, the head coach of Asante Kotoko, very optimistic of turning things around. They've gone 3 games without a win, 1 defeat and 2 draws. Their last game was against Mediama, where they drew 2-2. But both teams, you saw both teams warm up here. Yeah. Both are very, very poised for this one. You can see how Asante Kotoko came in.
Well, and you can see from the Porcupines, they are very much, eager to get the results here. just like you said in your remarks, they haven't won a game in their last 3 games, 2 draws and then a loss. They will be looking forward to grabbing maximum points. And if you look at the games that they've played, the most likeliest to get all 3 points is this particular game. And for me, Karim Zito knows that if he is not able to get these 3 points, getting to the summit of the league is going to be much more difficult, because Diana have a very tough game, Mediama have a tough game, Heart of Lions lost their game, so an opportunity for you to get closer. Unfortunately, he's missing a number of players, and that could affect him. There is no, that is Adabo as well as Patrick Esiedu as well.
Of course, that is Hohoe United warming up there. Asante Kotoko also warming up and are back into the tunnel and will be coming up shortly for this game. It's Hohoe United and Asante Kotoko live on TV3 and Unia TV. My name is Mutale Akubu. Kelvin also Ansa will join Nana Dakwa Jesse in commentary position, but we'll take a quick breather. We'll return with the first half.
A Sunday special here in Hohoe as Hohoe United step up against Asante Kotoko on match day 13 of the Ghana Premier League. Their very first meeting in the Premier League. The last time Asante Kotoko played Hohoe United, it wasn't a friendly in honor of the late mother of the owner of the team, Peter Ameu. But this time, it's serious business. Hohoe coming to this game from a confident mood, having beaten Bechem United for their first ever away win in the Ghanaian top flight last weekend. For Asante Kotoko, they want to return to winning ways. They drew with Mediama at home last weekend by 2-2, and they've come here in Hohoe just to make amends and get back to where they belong. This is our coverage of the Ghana Premier League powered by Adisa Productions. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, together with Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. We are your commentators for this afternoon's fixture.
Well, very exciting atmosphere, very much pumped. It's filled to its capacity. Many were expecting that there will be that shortage of fans, but as you can see, everyone seems to be poised up for this particular game, and you can see them in their beautiful colors. The Asante Kotoko fans are mixed in there, and everyone is expectant of very wonderful game this afternoon. The two sides are eagerly looking for victories, and it's going to be quite interesting this afternoon how things will pan out, and we are very much expectant in this beautiful and wonderful venue for this clash.
The Ghana Premier League, alive and lively here in Pando. The fans have turned up. It's almost a full capacity stadium this afternoon as the big boys visit Hohoe. Hohoe United, the last time they played at home, they are unable to win. They actually drew against a 10-man 11 Wonders team. They actually gone 3 home games without a win, and these fans are expecting them to return to winning ways because they intended to use this grounds as a fortress, and they've remained in this venue with just 1 defeat out of 6 games. They won just 2 and drawn thrice so far, but they truly want to make this grounds a fortress, and the Kotoko game comes as a big test for them.
Well, very big test, and I'm not sure that looking at how they've dropped points at home, this would have been a fixture that they expected to come this early, but this could also be that stepping ground. It could be the point where they change everything around playing at home. A victory for them would be very much crucial. They could possibly replicate what Bando Heart of Lions did years back when they got into Ghana's top flight and played Asante Kotoko for the very first time.
Usman Safiano leads his charges from the tunnel. They come to this venue at Asante Kotoko in their away strips, green and yellow over black shorts, and Hohoe United, their dominant red tops over white shorts to match here in Hohoe. Big one for a lot of these players in the Hohoe setup because the very first time they're coming up against a big club like Asante Kotoko in front of their home fans. Remember, they pegged Hasselhoek to a drawn game in the opening of the Ghana Premier League, their very first game in the Premier League, and they were able to hold their own. This time, before the home crowd, comes with a lot more pressure.
Well, there's going to be a lot more pressure on them. There's going to be a lot more expectations from them. Many would want to see them win against Kotoko, a result that they would hold on for years to come. This could be a landmark victory for them that could define the rest of the season, and I'm sure, judging from how Kotoko have flagged their efforts in the last couple of games, they haven't been overly also dominant away, despite having a very good start to the season. This could be an opportunity for the home team to actually cause a lot more havoc and wreck to Asante Kotoko's title hopes.
History is being made in Hohoe. The very first Premier League meeting between the pride of Hohoe, the home side United, and their more illustrious opponents, Asante Kotoko. It's a big day in Hohoe. Everywhere you pass through the streets and corners of Hohoe, you get the feeling that something big is happening in this town.
Well, it's been exciting. Everyone is happy. Everyone is ready. And as early as 12 midday, lots of people were at this venue to honor this game.
That's the lineup for the home side, Hohoe United Football Club. Goalkeeper, Kwekumusa Impose. At left back is Yusuf Salifu, right is Aruna. Then the usual suspect in central defense, Kwame and Adomako. In midfield is Alosode, Daniel Osei Jr., Sofianu Osman, the main man and captain, is playing right behind Odro Odum and Sena Ati. Formidable setup by Coach Abdul Bashiru.
Brilliant mix of youth and experience. If you have Admako and Paul Kwame in defense, very much experience in the league. Odro and Senati will be offering lots from the flanks, and then you have the main man who works everything out, Usman Safiano, playing right behind Odum, the striker.
Tijani Abdul Rahim Bashiru, he knows Kotoko too well from his days at Hasselhoek through to Legon Cities and just recently Young Apostles. So he knows too well what Abdul Karim Zito and his charges present here in Hohoe this afternoon. Our centre man for this afternoon is Gideon Nikofi. He's assisted on the lines by Alex Osam. And then Bless Awaji. Yakubu Wasim is our fourth referee, and Eugene Akono is the match commissioner. Asante Kotoko familiar faces. Mohamed Kamara in post. Hamza Tamusa plays at right back in the absence of Lord Amwa, who is suspended. Zakaria Fuseni and Samba in defense centrally with Joseph Amwa at left back. Adam Inusa plays on the wings alongside Amidu Akwa. Baba Yaya plays right behind Donzo. There is Seth Kojo and Hubert Jewu in that midfield for Asante Kotoko this afternoon.
Well, many will be looking forward to how Asante Kotoko are going to survive without their regular left back and right backs, and especially in midfield, they don't have the presence of Hilaria Dabo, who's been instrumental in covering up the defense.
Karim Zito will have to do without the suspended Amwa and the injured Patrick Essiedu. The regular wing backs for them this afternoon will be missing. They're also playing without some more injured players. Something that Karim Zito has been lamenting about in the last couple of weeks.
Well, it's something that he's been very much worried about, all because of that packed schedule the team had to go through, all because of the engagement in inter-club competition in Africa. But now everything seems to be settling, an opportunity for other players to come into the fray. The man on your screen, Inusa, very brilliant in their last game that they played, and hopefully it could be very much instrumental for them.
The battle lines are drawn and all is set for this big kickoff here in Hohoe. This coverage of the Ghana Premier League is powered by Adisa Productions and live on TV3, Onya TV and Max TV. Baba Yaya, one of those creative elements Abdul Karim Zito will be relying on to kind of be the conductor in between that midfield and attack for the Porcupine Warriors this afternoon.
Well, and especially in the absence of lots of creative players, he will be expected to play right behind Murphy Donzo and give him an opportunity to score a lot more. His important will be very much vital for the Porcupines.
Gideon Kofi takes a look at his watch, waiting for the final signal from his assistant referees. Another look at his watch. That's the kickoff for this afternoon's fixture here. In Hohoe is United up against Asante Kotoko. Match day 13 of the Ghana Premier League. Hohoe United versus Asante Kotoko.
Lots of energy expected in this game, lots of vibrancy. You cannot make bad decisions. Only prudent decisions, and lack of concentration will cost you.
Hohoe United interested in this early incursion, but the flag has gone up. First decision going against Odum. Samba O'Neill, rare mistake. Zakaria Husseini to the rescue.
There's been quite a lot for Kotoko to deal with Samba O'Neill today. He's partnering the one other player that is in Samba O'Neill himself, playing together with the man that he really trusts, Henry Entu. The next day he's playing with that is Ablo, and this time around he's trying to form a co-partnership with Zakaria Husseini. The mix of everyday new players seems to be affecting the Kotoko defensive shape.
Inusa, Zakaria Husseini. Free kick. Third yellow card, Seth Kojose gets himself booked early in the game. Not a pretty sign for the Kotoko midfielder. It's too early to get into the books of the referee.
Very early, and that was a very nasty tackle. There was no need going where the start showing, and it went right onto the knee of his man. He's the one supposed to be the shield for the defense. He's going to walk a very tight rope till the end of the game.
Here is Sadomako. Yusuf Salifu. Adumako falls on Kweku Musa for support. Paul Kwame launches one forward. Hoping the decision was going to go their favor. It was Odum, but it was Sambo Anel who ensured that Kotoko gained the advantage.
Very much trusted. A lot will depend on him, how he commands his defense and midfield to help the team survive.
Usman Sofian The homeboy trusted by the fans is always on point to deliver. Missed the penalty last weekend against Bechem United, but he rallied the team to pick their first away win of the Premier League season in that 2-1 win. Hohoe United not giving up. Chance for Hohoe United, but Sambo O'Neill to Kotoko's rescue. The captain kicks the ball out for a throw into Hohoe United.
Very much important. He had to step in right there. Lots of confidence from Hohoe United in the opening stages.
Throw into Asante Kotoko. Senati with the clearance away. Good play. Here's Osman Sofian. Chance for Hohoe. He drives one. Misses the pole by a whisker. Good run. And he did really go for that one.
That was a brilliant run there from the captain, very much inspiring. Look at that edge. He went past Joseph Amwa, struggled to pick up the pace with him. He blasted one, missing the post by inches. Brilliant run from the captain. Unfortunately, that effort just went off target.
He's a man to go for goals for this team this term. 4 goals already for the captain and homeboy. Samba O'Neill. 5 minutes already here in Hohoe. No goals between these two in their very first Premier League meeting. Garis Hussein Zakaria sends a long one in, aiming at Morifin Donzo. Donzo tries to go with a first time effort, but it's blocked by Adomako. Kotoko gets a throw in from the effort of Donzo.
Well, he's trying to settle in. He hasn't really been effective for them. They're still looking forward to how they can get the very best out of him to try and hit the target a lot more times.
Hamzata on the right side. Here's Hamzata. All the way back to Baba, Yaya. Here's Joseph Amwa for Asante Kotoko. Now Baba looks for space. Aqua with the touch to Baba. Here is Amwa. Swings in across. Donzo controls, but there's nobody there for Asante Kotoko as Kwame clears it for Hohoe.
Looks more like Kotoko are going to look forward to getting a lot more of the balls to Morifin Donzo. For the likes of Hubert Jau, Baba Yaya can pick up the scraps when he manages to battle it out with Paul Kwame and Solomon Adumako. But Donzo would have a lot to do because these are seasoned centre-backs who are difficult to beat aerially.
Joseph Amwa gets the ball into a space where there's no Kotoko player. brought in from Legon Cities, and a player who has been tagged with the ability to play multiple positions. He stepped in on the left back because the regular left back, Patrick Asiedu, is injured and unavailable for this game. But if Amwa steps up his game, then he must be given Asiedu some competition at the left back.
And that is quite an unfortunate one for Asante Kotoko. Also missing out. Francis Aqua was expected to deputize for Patrick Asiedu. Not a good time, but you know, Joseph Amwa with his utility nature has to prove his credentials.
Daniel Osei. Sofian sends in a ball, but there's nobody arriving in red for Hohoe. The home side have a corner. William Odro yet to step up in the opening 8 minutes, but on any good day, he should be a major concern for Hamzata. Corner for Hohoe United, William Odro to take. Corner bent into the Kotoko box, away by Hussein Zakaria. Paul Kwame took a deflection, but it's William Odro. Effort is just blocked by Aqua, who had gone all the way to defend for Kotoko.
That was quite an uninspiring delivery there from William Odro. You expected something better from him. Had lots of players inside the penalty area that could have latched onto that ball. It was a more decent cross.
Adaminusa. Hubert Joe. Baba Yaya. Now Joseph Amwa. Could you say? So could you see? Amwa all alone and Baba wants it. Aqua. Baba to Aqua again. Oh, he has got a lot more men behind him. Kotoko trying to do the build-up gradually, but they eventually lose possession to the home side.
Additionally, they seem to organize themselves very well, limiting that space for Kotoko to plunge through.
Senati is a good pass to Odro, who's got Hamzata to beat. 10 minutes in Hohoe, no goals between Hohoe United and Asante Kotoko. Free kick and a yellow card to Musa Hamzata for bringing down William Odro.
That is quite surprising. You can see Hamzata very much not happy with that. But he had to stick out a leg in there. Odro was just tearing away from him. His outstretched arm right on his shoulders. He actually had to impede him. You can't blame the referee. Once you stretch your arms, you give him an opportunity to make a decision.
2 yellow cards for Asante Kotoko in just 11 minutes. Seth Kojo said the first player to get the yellow card, and something that must be a source of worry for these two coaches, Prince Owusu and Karim Zito.
And it's quite unfortunate, and these are players who are playing in unfamiliar positions. Definitely, they are going to walk a tightrope for Hamzata, judging from how quick and witty William Odro is. It will be interesting to see the remaining minutes.
Alonso Day to take the free kick for Hohoe United. Paul Alonso Day over the free kick. Gideon Nikov is asking for some calmness in that 18-yard box. So Alonso Day remains attentive and swings one to the near post. Kojose, and it's cleared away eventually by Kotoko.
There was also another set piece wasted there, but you can give credit to the Kotoko defense man. Very tall, very eager, and their aerial duels will not be easy for Hohoe United to overcome. But that was quite a decent delivery into the box there from Alusudi.
Seth Kojose. Here is Baba. Aqua. Patient build up for Asante Kotoko as Hohoe United keep their back very tight and compact. Hussein Zakaria. Set Kujose.
You see Kotoko trying to calm down the tempo of the game. They realize if they decide to go toe-to-toe with Hohoe United, with their pace, their brilliance on the flanks, they could be hit at any point in time.
Adamako with the final touch, handing Kotoko a throw-in. Amwa swings in across. Paul Kwame with an awkward header that hands Kotoko another throw-in.
He wasn't expecting that, and the sun is just right in his eyes. He found it difficult, but eventually he managed to clear it from danger.
Expecting an interesting contest between Paul Kwame and Morifin Donzo, who is yet to hit the ground running. He's put up some decent performances, but the ordinary Kotoko fan wants to see more from him. Here's the captain, Sofian Usman. With the outside of his boot, was trying to get one onto the path of Senati. He had to take the alertness of Joseph Amwa to rescue the situation for Asante Kotoko.
A very intelligent and witty player, Sofian Usman. Once he made that pass, he ran into a very good position, picked up the return. Just look at that, brilliant pass there from Odro. He picked up his captain, looking at how impossible it was with the left foot, with the outside of his right. Decent delivery. But Joseph Amwa right in the position to make that clearance.
Corner for Hohoe. Corner taken, and that was close. Paul Kwame arriving to meet that ball powerfully, but the header just not dipping in time to open the scoring for Hohoe United.
That was a giant leap there. You could see Kamara was caught in two minds whether to come out. He made a late decision, but that was a good ride. Free header for Paul Kwame. But how do you allow a giant like Paul Kwame with that aerial presence to be left unmarked?
Kajal side to Baba Yaya, looking for space. Loses possession, but eventually gets it back. Over elaboration on the part of Baba, and William Odro takes possession for Hohoe. Hamzata for Kotoko. Now Hubert Jew. Jehu comes up with a header. Morifin Donzo is chasing. Paul Kwame puts it on the part of Jehu. Here is Aqua. It's a foul. That's too harsh from Senati on Aqua. Referee doesn't hesitate to reach his pocket. It's a yellow card for that clumsy challenge on
That was
Hubert
needless.
Jehu.
That was needless, yeah. That was needless from Senati. Needless from Senati. And you can clearly see that barging to Hubert Jehu was needless. It was just away from the goalpost, yet to turn and even make an incursion.
Yellow card to the Hohoe United, number 11. Kotoko officials in full attendance here in Hohoe. IMC Chairman Nana Pinkra, Management Member Christopher Demenya, and Asenso all here alongside the Ashanti Regional Circles Council Chairman Alexander Main. These guys have been ever present in Kotoko's away games this season. Free kick for Kotoko. Baba and Joseph Amwa behind it. Baba Skela inside. No connection from Kotoko. Here is Hamzata. Seth Kujo says long balls targeting Baba. He does well to get it, but referee whistles because the flag already gone up.
That was quite of a long delay there. Babaya should have gotten himself away from that after effecting that free kick. That is quite surprising how he continues to stay in that offside. You can see the reaction from the fans.
So that's the Hohoe United player who just got booked by referee Gideon Nikofi for that harsh challenge on Hubert Jehu.
I'm not sure he would have too much of a problem as a winger, unlike on the right-hand side where Hamza Ta is on a yellow as a defender.
So could just say clever defending coming from the Hohoe United right back Al-Qasim Mohamed Haruna.
Very instinctive defensive work there done by Haruna. He read the situation, knew he couldn't take chances because Peter Miduakwa was just running to meet that ball. Beautiful clearance.
Aqua. Hubert Jehu wants to shoot, he drives one, but it's wayward.
That was an intelligent pull away from his marker, but unfortunately for him, not with the right body balance. Decided to hit it far away. That was the clearance there, very intelligent from Haruna.
Here is Odro up against Husseini Zakaria onto the path of Usman, sends it across again, so close for the home side of Hohoe United, but just that connection.
It's quite surprising they are missing all these glorious opportunities. The captain creating all those brilliant goal-scoring opportunities. Francis Odum, a bit late, a tad late, getting into the penalty area to try tap home, and you can see from the reaction of Safiano, he's doing everything within his mind to create and lay it on a plate for Odum to eat. But he hasn't been quite the afternoon Odum expected.
20 minutes in Hohoe. Hohoe United 0. Asante Kotoko 0. Hubert Jehu swings to the left. Paul Kwame clears it away.
That was quite a very good pass there from Hubert Jehu. Scanned the pitch. Knew exactly where Bitamido Aqua was.
Morifin Donzo. Aqua moves into space. Baba Yaya to Aqua. Now Adam Inusa has been quite in the opening 20 minutes. Baba is trying to get back to him, but not sure they were on the same page.
Unfortunately, that was a very good build-up from Asante Kotoko. Patience, not in a rush to get the ball into the penalty area. It is a foul. Baba was thinking he was going to continue the run into the penalty area, but unfortunately that delayed run and his pass missing Inusa.
Alonso there. Foul against Asante Kotoko. Joseph Amwa bringing down Senati. Referee didn't hesitate at all. Free kick, Hohoe United.
Quite needless there from Joseph Amwa. There was no need getting into that position and getting Senati down. The ball had already strolled away from him. It's quite surprising he went into that challenge.
William will draw up against Hamzata. Kotoko gets the advantage goal kick.
Could be an area where Hohoe United would love to exploit. Hamzata already on a yellow card. He's not one of your basic players, and as an adapt centre-back playing in a makeshift role, could just take advantage and then capitalize on the loose ends. No trouble.
Former Asante Kotoko defender Maxwell Ajiman on the bench for Hohoe United this afternoon. He made a couple of moves after leaving Asante Kotoko. Ajiman joined Karela.
Well, he didn't really have a rosy time with the Porcupine. Very strong aerially.
This should be a foul, but yes, that's a foul. I thought the referee had hesitated to whistle, but Samba O'Neill knew he was the last man and just had to bring his man down. Francis Odum getting in the way, and Samba O'Neill colliding with him. Third Kotoko player to get the yellow card, and it's not 30 minutes yet in the game.
Oh, that is quite unfortunate for him, but he was late with that decision. He just went in for the ball, but Odum was smarter. He was first to the ball, and once he knew he was going to get it, Samba O'Neill had already committed himself. It's quite unfortunate that he's going to be the third person getting a yellow card there, especially in a very crucial.
Free kick for the home side, Hohoe United. Mohamed Kamara is busy ensuring that they get the marking right. He's able to fix the wall equally well. He talks about he hesitating to renew his contract with Asante Kotoko. Some have even said that this could be his last season with the Porcupines, Mohamed Kamara.
He's a player who is very much desired by most top sides in Africa. And we'll be looking forward to that.
Odro bends one, and it's a stunner. An absolute beauty. Oh my word. Hohoe United have jumped into the lead, and it's a brilliant free kick taken by William Odro. Spectacular. Kamara was caught ball watching with no answers whatsoever. We've seen some brilliant goals this season in the Ghana Premier League, and this is one top class. Hohoe United 1, Kotoko 0.
There is absolutely nothing you can say about the strike. It was inch perfect. He positioned himself right, picked up the angle, went into the top right corner. The goalkeeper was just called ball watching. He couldn't do anything, absolutely nothing he could have done about the strike. Excellent delivery, a peach of a strike from William Odro.
Oh, magnificent. Well taken, the bend on it, the precision, the accuracy. And it's turned Hohoe Stadium in party mood. Well taken by Odro.
Brilliant from him. He's one player they always look forward to his inspiration. That was a decent whip. Look at that. The wall had already been set up. But unfortunately for Kamara, Odro decided to go the other way. And it was just too quick, too fast for Kamara to navigate and get anything on that, even in an attempt to.
The fans have found their voices. And Asante Kotoko will now chase this game here. And it's lovely to see these two sets of fans just trying to have fun. Even after Kotoko had conceded a goal, you can see the fun of Hohoe and that of Asante Kotoko just trying to have a go at each other.
Very beautiful game of football here, fans enjoying. And it's exactly a great opportunity for the two teams to re-strategize. But Hohoe will be very much happy if this has gone positively for them.
Spectacular goal scored by Odro. He's been one of their top performers in this season's Premier League, William Odro. He actually scored for Hohoe in that 4-1 win over Karela at this venue. Free kick, yellow card, flashed to the captain of the side, Safiane Usman.
That was too poor there from the captain, Safiane Usman. It was late right there. You can see Seth Kwajo in lots of pain. He rushes in there. And already 5 yellow cards in the game.
Wow, 5 yellow cards, and we're about to hit the half-hour mark. 2 for Hohoe, 3 for Asante Kotoko. And the captain, Sofiane Usman, is the latest player to go into the books.
Well, an inspiration to the team. You can see Seth Kwajo will battle to try and get up. He's already battled with injuries this season, and he'll have to go through that.
That's the goal again, well taken. Kamara completely beaten.
He wasn't expecting that. He was late to it. His decision making was very poor, and you could see he was rooted in the middle of the goalpost. By the time he realized, the ball was already in the net.
Tell you what, the precision, the technique, and the confidence to bend that one past the wall and ultimately to the top corner, simply amazing.
Credit to William Odro. This will be lots of inspiration for him.
This is the 10th goal Hohoe have scored at this venue. Before this game, they have scored 9 home goals and conceded just 6. They've been scoring a lot of goals at this venue, Hohoe.
Scoring lots of goals at this venue, but they've also been conceding lots of goals, and especially,
6 goals conceded.
And that is not impressive at all for a team that is willing to stay in the league.
It's Adam Inusa for Asante Kotoko. Can they get a response they need? Good turnaround. Adumaku swings in across. Paul Kwame misses and it's cleared away by Al Qasim. Joseph Amwa's delivery. Musa grabs it firmly.
That is Kweku Musa, a very confident goalkeeper. Many were thinking coming into the season, Kwesi Nketiah of Hatterfolk, with the experience from the Phobians, was going to take that top spot, but unfortunately Musa has taken over the goalpost.
Half an hour at the Hohoe Stadium. Hohoe United 1, Asante Kotoko 0. Here is Hamzata, the makeshift right back. Got to Joe. Joe was trying to pick out Adam Inusa, but he stayed right behind where the ball was taken to.
He was in a bit of a rush there, a delayed pass, trying to get the ball back to Inusa. He's always on the move. He's always on his bike. Expecting him to actually move the ball forward. Lots of the coordination between these Kotoko players hasn't been in sync. This is about the 3rd or 4th time they are misplacing a pass.
Hohoe United 12th on the Ghanaian league table with 14 points, 3 wins, 5 draws and 4 defeats in 12 games. Overall scored 12 goals and conceded 13. This is the 13th goal they are scoring this season. They were certainly coming into this game in a confident mood, having beaten Bechem United at the Nanafo Sujiabo last week in Bechem. They weren't going to come at their own home grounds and allow Kotoko to take the game to them.
Wait to see Alfonso pan out, and it looks like after getting the goal, they've decided to be a bit more calm, allowing Kotoko to grow into the game. Must be careful not to lose their lead before the halftime break.
Joseph Amwa tries to pick out Aqua. Throw into Asante Kotoko. Amwa takes it. Donzo traps it down for Aqua. It's cleared away by Kwame. Odum fouled by Samba O'Neill. Referee we have some word for Seth Kojose. Not too sure he was the culprit, Kojose.
With Samba O'Neill running away from that incident, Kojose engaging the referee. The conversation is clearly not happy, trying to calm him. Gentleman, you're on a yellow card. Dissent may see you get to the 2nd bookable offense, which will send you out of the game.
Not a responsibility to even get to the referee and talk to. That's the captain's job. But interestingly, both the captain and his midfielder are on the yellow.
And that is going to be a very long walk for the Porcupine, especially those players in that central zone where you expect the team to have that net. Now they'll be shying away from tackles.
Domzo being policed by Kwame. No breathing space for the Asante Kotoko attacker. Adumako unable to sort his feet out, but he does want to get the ball onto the path of Wodro, who has lost it to Seth Kojose. Here is Hamzata now. Adam Inusa. Husseini Zakaria picks out Baba Yaya. Here is Hube Jeu. Kojose was trying to get the ball to Baba, but not quite sure how that pass didn't go through for Kotoko.
Looks like he couldn't scan properly, knowing how the opponents were positioned, give the ball easily away. It was quite a poor decision there from Joe.
Throw-in taken by Al Qasim. Chance for Hohoe for a second, but again is the goal scorer Odro stepping up in an attempt for a second, but Kotoko defends well.
Once again, he found himself virtually unmarked in a very good position. Just connected to the ball, but unfortunately, not the kind of connection he was looking for.
Hamza O'Neill. Samba O'Neill needs to be careful. Referee has cautioned him for the second time. For a player who is already on a yellow card, he must be mindful of his tackles. Something I'm sure Karim Zito will equally be thinking about.
You can see he's trying to quickly pick himself up and identify the problem with his team. It seems to be in 6s and 7s. But credit to Hohoe United. They're dominating in all aspects, making sure that the Porcupines struggle to have control of the game. Samba O'Neill needs to calm down at this moment, knowing that the referee is cautioning him. The least error from him is going to go off.
Haruna's delivery. O'Neill's mistimed header gets to Kamara.
Lucky not to have given that away again.
Husseini Zakaria. Haruna. Lovely skill. Here is Senati for the home side. Senati with a cross. Well defended by Seth Kojose. It's a corner for Asante Kotoko.
It's been a very terrible game, therefore, to say Famwa. He's struggling to match Senati's brilliance and pace, causing havoc, wrecking that Kotoko defense. And he's one who is always looking forward to charging into the final third of the pitch to create.
2 goals in 12 games for Senati. Now he bends the corner to the near post. It's cleared away by Zakaria Husseini. Here is the captain, Osman Sofian. Good pass from the captain again. Here is the goal scorer Odro to his captain Safian Usman. Usman brings it back for Yusuf Salifu. Seems to be very comfortable in possession. Odro tries a long one from a distance, trying to catch Kamara by surprise.
His confidence is increasing. He's getting a lot more onto the ball, and he's striking from afar, knowing that any decent strike could beat the goalkeeper in post.
Nabayaya penalized for impeding. That's the foul. Just bulging into Al Qasim Aruna. But there's an injury concern for the home side with the goal scorer, William Odro, going down and needing some support and attention from the medical team. You can't take anything away from these fans.
It's a wonderful time for them. It's time for them to jubilate. But they know that the business end would have to be done by the players and the coach.
Considering the last time they played here, they left disappointed when they were not able to beat a 10-man 11 Wonders side after previously drawing with Mediama here and also losing to Aduana by 2-0. So they are aiming at their first home win in 4 games.
That is quite surprising, looking at how charged, how resolute, how confident they were at winning games and route getting to the Ghana Premier League at this particular venue. This hasn't become a fortress like it used to be.
The Premier League is a different ball game. Oh, United are delighting the fans with some eye-pleasing football. Odum. This time, Amwa won't take chances.
He's having a stinker. Utami Duakwa. Kotoko will be looking to him for a lot of inspiration. He hasn't also come to the party yet. It's all been defensive play now to repel the attacks of the opponent.
Kamara is called into action, but Baba is there for Kotoko. Oh, United taking the game to Asante Kotoko and asking questions of this Kotoko defense, even after scoring the opening goal.
Clearly, Pen and Asante Kotoko to their own half, making it quite difficult for them to walk into the game. And that is what you do. You frustrate your opponents, making sure they don't feel comfortable. Once they have the goal, all they have to do is to just do the right things and not commit themselves so much.
40 minutes in Hohoe. Hohoe United 1, Asante Kotoko 0. Elsewhere, Brekum Chelsea have jumped into the lead 1-0 against Mediama at the TNA Stadium. And Dreams FC are leading Bechem United by 2-1 in Tuba. Here is Joseph Amwa for Kotoko. Scrapes in the space, but good defensive play from Hohoe to stop him from entering the 18-yard box. But referee Gideon Coffey whistles for an initial foul. He overlooked because he played the advantage, and it brings him to the right spot. Free kick, Asante Kotoko.
That was very brilliant there from Amwa. That is the position he loves to be in. Walid Hussein Neymar was expected to actually be man in that central attack and midfield position for Kotoko, but unfortunately he hasn't been. But they only had to bring Joseph Amwa. He was riding towards a very good position for Kotoko. And interesting from the referee to pull the ball back.
Baba delivers, and Hamzata's header just goes wide.
That was quite a decent delivery there for Hamzata. He was virtually on mark, looking at his height and aerial prowess. Could have worked his neck muscles better in hitting the target. Bakumusa hasn't been tested.
Not at all. At the Aliu Mahama Stadium in Tamale, Karela are leading Hasselborg by 2-0. As Asante Kotoko chill Hohoe at this venue with some 4 minutes before the break. It's Hohoe in search of the second. Here is Odum. Now, Senati, he wants support. Husseini Zakaria wants to be alert, doesn't allow the winger any space. And Senna knows that there was an opportunity to have pounced on.
But his pace and his skill was expected to continue. He hesitated. That gave Zakaria Musa an opportunity to get back into the right position and make the block. Very good defensive work and recovery from Zakaria Husseini, but Senati has himself to blame.
Corner taken, and Kamara grabs family. Adam Inusa. He'll be jailed. Orefin Donzo gone quite missing. Here is Joe. Wants to take the initiative, but he loses possession to the goal scorer, Odro. He's trying to put one through for Odum, but can't get to it.
The idea was brilliant. The intent was very clear after winning the ball. Odro wanted to quickly set Odum on that attack, but that execution wasn't as perfect as he expected.
And there are no goals other than Ajimambe do the first pack in Doma in Kro. As Holy Stars frustrated Diana is goalless at this point in Doma. Aqua brought down by Haruna. Free kick Asante Kotoko.
You can see Peter Amiduakwa is going to expect a lot more from the referee, complaining. That's the second time he's been hit there. But I think it wasn't really a malicious intent there from Haruna. He wanted the ball, but Joe guided. Amiduakwa guided it very well.
Amos cross. Inusa Adam. Hamzata loses possession. You wouldn't get that overlapping runs and deliveries from Hamzata like you would from Lord Amwa on that right-hand side. Something Kotoko is missing, to be fair, in this afternoon's game. Here is Aqua. Amwa with a cross. Ball is headed down by Hohoe United's Osei Jr. and Hamzata in disagreement with the assistant referee for this decision.
You could clearly see why he was unhappy with that. It was virtually a loose ball for him to latch onto. But unfortunately, ball goes against him.
Mediama equalizes in Takwa. It's Mediama 1, Brekum Chelsea 1.
Well, that'll be very much good enough for them. They've really been dropping lots of points at home. Not ideal for a team that wants to clinch the Ghana Premier League.
And they're playing against their former coach, Samuel Boyd, who is on the bench for Chelsea. We've done 45 minutes and 3 additional minutes. Another clumsy challenge from the Kotoko captain, Hamza O'Neill. Samba O'Neill. He must be careful. He needs to be really, really careful.
That was a stretch too high. The stats were showing. See, come on, needless from him. It was mid-air though, but it was dangerous play. His foot close to Safianu's head. The referee would allow that to go.
Gideon Kofi showing some sympathy, knowing very well another card will be matching off orders for the Kotoko captain.
I think he's calm at the moment, understanding that he needs to bring some calmness into the game and let the players know that it's football.
Musa Hamzata's clearance. Foul on Adam Inusa. Yusuf Salifu going hard on Inusa.
It hasn't really been a brilliant display there from Inusa.
Against Mediama, he was some player, Mulen. Absolutely awesome. That hasn't happened this afternoon.
And he's a lot more urgency. He should be fed with a lot more of the ball, I think.
Baba with a through ball to Donzo. Kajose can sort his foot out. Here is Safiano Usman, the captain. He's trying to get to Odum. Ball is stopped by O'Neill.
Very good read of the ball there by the Kotoko captain.
Donzo just can't keep the ball in. It's a throw into Hohoe United.
That was a heavy control there. The ball just tearing away from him. It's quite surprising. I was expected to hold up play. But his initial touch is always keeping the ball too far away from him. He himself wouldn't be happy with how things have panned out.
Gilbert Joe loses out. Daniel Osei's ball straight to Mohamed Kamara. We're into the final seconds of stoppage time to end the first half here at the Hohoe Stadium. United hanging on to their lead. Usman loses the ball and is left it behind him. And here is Baba Aqua. Poor pass, cleared away by Kwame. Gideon Coffee whistles to bring the first half to an end here. Very entertaining and exciting game we witnessed here with Hohoe United dominating the better side after 45 minutes plus 3 minutes of stoppage time, and William Odro ensuring that they head into the break leading Asante Kotoko by 1-0 from that expertly taken free kick.
There are times all it takes is to be able to have a very good player with ingenuity coming into play, and that is what William Odro offered Hohoe United. Fantastic free kick, and to give them an edge going down the tunnel.
Half time at the Hohoe Stadium. Hohoe United 1, Asante Kotoko 0.
Time here at the Hohoe Sports Stadium, and guess what? Hohoe United are leading Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil. It's still the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on your TV. My name is Mutala Yakubu. I've been joined by the assistant coach of Hohoe United, Shaibu Alhazza. Coach, first of all, what do you make of that free kick from William Odro?
Well, we've been practicing, set pieces, and he's one of the takers of the free kicks for Hohoe United.
You have 45 minutes to go. You are leading by a goal to nil. How would the team come up in the second half?
Well, in the second half, we will make sure at least we neutralize their strength. That is from the midfield and then the wings. We are going to make sure we neutralize it, and then also, use our strength. That is the wings. If you can see, we are using a lot of wing play. That is what we are using. That is our strength. And those who are running up and down when they are out, another set of players who run better than them will be coming in.
All right, wish you the best for the second half. That is Shaibu Alhazza, is the assistant coach of Hohoe United, and I'm being joined by the assistant coach of Asante Kotoko, Coach Prince Yahusu. Coach, I saw you furious on the touchline. What was really happening?
Yeah, I think the ref was flagging out a lot of yellow cards, and I just draw attention to that what he's doing is just going to mess the game up. Okay. And he told me that, yeah, Prince, I'll handle it.
All right. Do you think Kamara could have done better with that free kick?
Yeah, I think it was his fault. He positioned himself wrongly in the ball. That's what happened that way.
Now, you still are in the game, just one goal, second 45 minutes. How would you come up in the second half?
Yeah, it's not something that we cannot do. We can do it. So we are trying to go in there and get the boys ready to come in the second half and then win the game. In the first half, we created a lot of chances, but we are not taking shots in front of there. So we're going to talk to them. Just take a chance if they get in front there. See what happens.
Well, we wish you the best for the second half. Coach Prince also is the assistant coach of Asante Kotoko there. They are down by a goal to nil here against Hohoe United, and the first half has ended. My name is Mutala Yakubu. We take a quick breather and we come back with the first half analysis. I will be joined by Kelvin Osuansa. watching TV3 on your TV. It's the Ghana Premier League match day 13, and I can tell you, you need to be here because Hohoe is in a state of ecstasy. The mood here is extraordinary because Hohoe United are leading Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil in the first half of this fixture. That is match day 13. My name is Mutale Yakubu. Kelvin Usuansa has joined me here. I mean, what a first 45 minutes from Hohoe United. They started on the right foot and they were rewarded with that free kick. Let's talk about that goal. William Odro, what a free kick.
Fantastic free kick. He positioned himself very well. He looked at the wall. He watched the position of the goalkeeper. That was an expertly driven ball into the top right corner of the goalpost. You could see that goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara was flat-footed and there was no way he was going to get to it. The right bend to the ball. The technique was just brilliant, and I think that is a very fantastic finish from William Odro. He's been the man that they've been looking forward to, his inspiration, and this time around he turned up in a very brilliant fashion.
But talking about that goal, do you think Kamara could have done better with the way he set up his wall?
Well, I think the goalkeeper did a bit poor there with his positioning. You were expecting him to move away from the wall, but he was right behind the wall, and that is what most, very good free kick takers will be looking forward to. Once he found himself there, it took him extra steps to try get and track the ball. By the time he realized and he got into that position, the ball had already got
and he realized that he was a shade too late for that one. But Hohoe have been on the front foot right from the blast of the whistle, piling pressure on Asante Kotoko. They want to play the ball behind the likes of Kamara.
And it's all because Kotoko don't have, natural or cultured laterals. Hamza Tai is a centre-back and a midfielder who is being deployed there. Joseph Amwa is also a central attacking midfielder who is being deployed at left back because Kotoko don't have any other options. Now what you do is once you have fast wingers, why not play the ball in between, the last defender and then the lateral player, whether it's Zakaria or Samba O'Neil, play it in between the two players and you have an opportunity for those fast, quick, witty wingers to try and latch onto the ball, and that is what has worked perfectly for them. The reason why Hamza Tai is on a yellow card and Joseph Amwa is battling to deal with Senati on the right-hand side of Hohoe United's attack.
Do you think the omissions for Kotoko is playing or catching up with them? Because there seems to be no shield in Hilary Adabo, who is always in front of the back four. It looks like Kotoko have been left bare, especially that back two.
If you know the Asante Kotoko team very well, they are only playing with central midfielders, two central attacking midfielders, and then one central midfielder who is expected to play what we call the number 8 role, playing as the shield in Seth Kwajo. And let's not forget, he's also on a yellow card very early in the game, as early as the 3rd minute, and cannot launch into any more tackles, and that is affecting Kotoko's shape. I don't think, they would have expected the game to come this way, but that is what indiscipline causes you when you play football and you end up in needless tackles. I think it's time for Coach Abdul Karim Zito to rethink. If I have only central attacking players, it means that a lot more of the ball control and then trying to play in between the lines in midfield could help the Asante Kotoko team.
Of course, and Hohoe United on the screens, there you see some of the chances that they've created in this game. Asante Kotoko have also have chances and not really tested goalkeeper Kwaku Musa. And I saw the Asante Kotoko assistant coach shouting to the players to shoot because they are just possessing the ball.
Well, I'm sure he knows Kwaku Musa very well, but Kwaku Musa has taken over the team whenever he picked up that slot from Nketia. Nketia from out of it was expected to be the main man. But unfortunately, Musa has taken over the goalpost. If you look at his performance at this particular venue, he's always had a very brilliant, game. And I think that the Kotoko players are not testing him enough. He's been virtually on a holiday. The only time they came close to it was when Hamza had an opportunity to knock down a free kick, but he headed it wide. It didn't have enough power, and it was even off target. If you have players like Babaya, if you have players like Pitabili, if you have players like Seth Kwajo and Hubert Jau, they should be able to at least test the goalkeeper 1 or 2 times.
Of course, and there you see some chances that Hohoe United have created in this game. They've been on the front foot, putting Asante Kotoko under huge pressure. So far, it is Hohoe United who are leading the Porcupines by a goal to nil in this game. But again, back to Asante Kotoko. They seem to lack a lot of creativity. Baba Yaya has really not come up with any magic so far. Is it time to introduce someone like Fuseni Walid Neymar?
Well, I think that, what the problem of Asante Kotoko is the striker himself, Morfin Donso, hasn't really found himself in very good positions to pick up the
but
ball.
he's been isolated. It looks like he's playing against Adumako, and of course, I mean, the other
and it's all because of
pair.
the style Asante Kotoko have adopted. They have decided to go expansive, and if you go expansive, it affects your central striker. Let's not forget that Murphy Dozo is not your ideal center forward who will come into the game to try create goal scoring opportunities. He's only looking for that final ball that will be fed to him for him to score. So I think that a lot more of the work has to be done by Babaya and then Hubert Jau, who find themselves in central attacking positions. Maybe they should try and be hitting the ball from about 25, 30 yards and then test the goalkeeper in post to see if they can have some scraps for a tap-in or not. The only time that they tried doing that, they got themselves an opportunity, which Murphy Donzo found himself in an offside position. If you try it a lot more times, it could be successful for
Abdul
you.
Rahim Tijani is the head coach of Hohoe United. It's just 45 minutes between them, and he will pull off a huge coup by killing a giant. If you're him, how do you come up in the second half?
He just has to repeat the same dosage. There's no need for him to make alterations. Just tell your team, go down the right and the left-hand side of Kotoko's defense. They don't have cultured left back. They don't have a cultured right back. Play the ball in between the lines. Allow Sufiani to run the show. Senati, William Odrobi getting the ball. And you know, Odum knows that Sambo Inel is already on a yellow card. Just be pinning him. Get the ball to him. Win lots of free kicks and frustrate the Asante Kotoko team. And I think that it should do the magic for them. If he decides to come and set back, he will invite a lot more pressure. And let's not forget, Kotoko have lots of mavericks within their team to try cause trouble.
Of course, on the bench, Kotoko are a bit light. Not too many regulars there. Dari Aziz Aruna, Francis Aqua is also on the bench together with the likes of Philip Amo and Walid Husseini. Should they change the system?
If I was coach, that is Karim Zito, what he has to do, take off the central midfielder who's on a yellow card, Seth Kwejo, bring on Francis Aqua to play. He's a cultured left back, and put Joseph Amwa, who is a central midfielder, box to box, in that particular role. And then you would have an opportunity for Hubert Jau to run the show in a more attacking position and pin Babayaya to the opponent's edge of the penalty area. And that could see some magic for you in working the goalkeeper for lots more goal scoring opportunities. Other than that, they are still going to struggle. You can't have problems defensively and have problems attacking wise in one single game.
Adam Inusa on the wings for Asante Kotoko have found himself in some very good positions, but he's somehow refused to take a shot.
It's been in spots of brilliance, but where he finds himself, he's been so far away from that. And let's not forget, he's a right footer, he's not a left footer, so he would have to put in the crosses, unlike Pitamidu, who is a right footer and cuts in to make the cross. What I think they have to do is to feed him a lot more. For someone who was brilliant against Mediama SC in trying to get a victory for Asante Kotoko in a spirited comeback, you need to boost his confidence. Feed him with the ball a lot more times, and he can actually create something for you. He's witty. He could win a free kick in a very good position, and he can have players knocking that one to test Kwekumusa in post.
Of course, and coming into this game, a lot was said about Safianu Osman, the captain of Hohoe United. What do you make of his first half performance?
He's brilliant. He's excellent. He's the man who makes things click.
It looks like he never gets tired.
Not at all.
Everything
not at all.
down.
And that is the brilliance of a captain. He's a leader. And for me, if you have such a player who is very much creative and wonderful, all you need to do is to be feeding him a lot more. And the players love him. They trust him to do the work. And he's been doing the most simple things. He's not complicating stuff. And that actually makes him one of the very best central attacking midfielders in the league. If Asante Kotoko don't have a man to pin him to his play and frustrate him and actually repel his attack, they are going to find themselves wanting in the second half.
Now, towards the dying embers of the game, it looks like Hohoe United had a plan. They were playing down the Kotoko right, where Hamzata is, and he is on the yellow card. Is Karim Zito playing with fire?
I don't think he's playing with fire. All he needs to do is to make sure that he has a player that is Inusa creating and be getting a lot more of the opportunities so that he can pin William Odro into helping the left back.
Well, let's see what happens in the second half. Hohoe United currently are leading by a goal to nil against Asante Kotoko. Second half coming up shortly. My name is Mutalay Akubu. Calvin will be joining Anat Dakwa JC for the second half commentary. Enjoy the second 45 minutes.
Welcome back for the second half of this Master 13 Ghana Premier League fixture between home side Hohoe United FC and Asante Kotoko. Hohoe lead Kotoko by 1-0. Spectacular free kick scored by William Odro in the first half, separating the two sides. Hohoe took the lead after dominating play and ensuring that they took a better share of the possession before that opportunity fell to Odro to hit the back of the net in that spectacular fashion. A goal that sends these fans into wild jubilations, and they've not stopped singing and chanting even during the recess, and on return from recess they want to still cheer their club on to victory. For Asante Kotoko, they'll need these kind of mini conferences, they'll need these kind of talks to ensure they are all on the same page to get back into the game. But I tell you what, it's going to be a very difficult task considering how resolute, compact and brilliant this Hohoe team have been so far. Kotoko will be the ones to chase the game after William Odro's opening goal. He's given the entire Kotoko setup so much to think about. They've suffered just one defeat across all competitions this season. The only defeat coming at Anyinasi against Basiki Holy Stars. Even with that defeat, they remain the third best performing away team in the Premier League, having back 9 points from 6 visits outside Kumasi. And here, they've got some chasing to do as Hohoe United lead Asante Kotoko 1-0. Gideon Kofi, a look at his watch, blows the whistle, and it's Hohoe United who gets us going for second half action here at the Hohoe Sports Stadium. Odum. Daniel will say here is Senna Ati. Harry now to take the turn from the right side of defense for Hohoe United. Wayward, and Odum knows he should have been doing better with that opportunity.
That was quite a terrible decision from Odum. Suspected to me. Test goalkeeper Kamara post.
Mediama jumps into the lead after going down by a goal. The lead Chelsea of Brecum by 2-1 at the TNA.
A very spirited performance from them. They're always looking brilliant. This time around, they've taken the game to a much more glorious ending.
Still no goals at the Nia J. Kraku, the second pack in Tamanu Towers. Young Apostles hold on to vision to put the brakes on them without conceding. Here is Hohoe United. Odro, the goal scorer, wants to go past Hamzata, but ball is cleared by Zakaria. Lovely back heel by Baba to Inusa. Daniel Osei, brought down by Setko Jose. It was just around this point in the first half. He took that yellow card very early in the game, said Kojose.
But I think that Abdul Karinjito should quickly reshuffle his cards. Don't see why he should allow Seth Kwejo, who is not an adept central defensive midfielder, to be struggling in the game. There's Francis Akwa on the bench. Bring him on, push Jose Vamoy into midfield.
This time, it's not a direct free kick. Yusuf Salifo or draw. He just didn't strike the right telepathy to keep that ball in.
That was poor decision making there from Odro.
Hussein Zakaria. Baba. Adomako's clearance.
That was quite poor decision making there from Babayaya. Just had to take his time. There was too much space ahead of him. But that was decent from Adumako. He couldn't take chances.
You talk about decency, and Adumako was the first player to get a red card in this season's Premier League in that opening game against Hearts of Oak. Jewu's drive, and he flies over the bar for a goal kick.
That was a brilliant flick there from Babayaya. Set it right on a very good play there from Joe. But it was always rising. Look at that flick. Brilliantly playing it off for his man. Intelligent play. Joe not with the best of body balance, and he hit that. Need to be working the goalkeeper if you want to get a goal.
Hubert Joe already 3 goals for Asante Kotoko in the Premier League. 3 games, 11 outings for the player who is only enjoying his first season in Asante Kotoko jerseys. Here is Baba.
Seems to be coming into the party. He's availing himself for the ball a lot more times.
Exactly what Asante Kotoko needs, that creative spark to be dominant in sensitive positions. Aqua. Joseph Amwa. Cross blocked by Senati, throwing Asante Kotoko.
It's quite interesting to see Hohoe United very much resolute at the back.
Sambo O'Neill tries this shot from a distance. It's cleared by Solomon Adomako. Samba wants to take matters up by himself. He rescued Kotoko. He got them that precious point with a late header in that game against Mediama last week at the Babayara Stadium. A game Kotoko had to dig so deep to equalize after Mediama had taken a 2-goal lead. Here is Baba. Checks onto his left, creating the space. Hubert Jehu back to Baba. Baba checks onto Jehu. Jehu with a cross, and it's straight to Kweku Musa.
That was too close to the goalkeeper. Very much impressive. A bit more, some of an elaboration there from Babayaya. But that final ball was always going to be picked up by the goalkeeper in the goalkeeper's area. Too close to him. There's absolutely no way for Murray Fendonzo to have anything on that.
Hubert Jehu, desperate to get on the score sheet. He scored twice in Kotoko's 4-2 win over Karela. And Hohoe United have a player down. It is Daniel Osei Jr., that unsung hero in that midfield, partnering John Alosode and the captain Osman Sofiano. And they've dominated the midfield. The Kotoko midfielders have not exerted the authority, and it's pretty much obvious because of the struggles we've seen Kujose go through for Asante Kotoko. It's only in the second half that we've seen Hubert Jehu stepping up his game alongside Baba Yaya.
It's actually been a total dominance. They've been making the right decisions, and it's all about being simple, releasing the ball early, trying to burst into attack, and trusting the captain, Sofiano, who's carried the team on his shoulders. Intelligence and creativity has been on a high.
Hubert Jehu. Aqua. Jehu. He's got Haruna approaching Jehu. He's trying that cheeky pass to Aqua. Al-Qasim Haruna. Odum is beaten to it by Samba. Clean challenge by Samba. Here is Baba. So much space. He's got Ako on the left. He comes to the right and finds Adam Inusa. Checks onto his left. Goes for a drive. Defended well by Hohoe. Not too good defensively, but it's Adam Inusa again. Morefin Donzo. There's a foul against Seth Kojose. A late challenge on Senati.
That was quite an impressive play there from Asante Kotoko, but that ball back, Senati reading in between the lines. Brilliant touch to repel that Kotoko attack. And you can blame Seth Kwejo, they're always waiting for that pass. Late in that challenge. Ati brilliant to get to the ball first. And drawing the incident. Foul for him. Pressure of his team.
Senati bites the foul for Hohoe United. And Seth Kojose, no idea of exactly what he was doing with that challenge for a person already on a yellow card. Said Kojose. That's his clearance in. Baba. Referee Kofi thinks that tackle from Osei is decent. No foul.
I think that was very good show of strength there from Daniel Osei Sr. He knows that, how diminutive Baba Yaya is. Was not willing to allow him to get any more on that.
Referee's asking William Odro, the goal scorer, to go out. He initially went down. Referee called for the Red Cross team to pick him out. Decided to walk all by himself. And there's a caution for William Odro by Gideon Kofi.
Quite interesting there. Referee trying to exert his authority on the game, telling him to calm down.
Ten minutes into the second half. Kotoko still chasing this game after 55 minutes. Here is Odum. Wants to take on Samba. Senati, more force behind Kenneth Osei, Daniel Osei. Now Aqua. He's got Morefin Donzo out front. He goes past his marker. Good run from Aqua. Now Aqua drives, but it's low. Kotoko with a chance against the woodwork. But the flag had already gone up for offside.
That was a very good drive there from Peter Miduakwa. The final effort, like Danny promised, and Morefin Donzo, as always, no time in his rant. Poor positioning from him, and an offside. That was an intelligent piece of play between Hubert Joe, Peter Miduakwa, setting him on the break as quickly as he could.
They've looked more purposeful. They've come in with a lot more desire and determination to hit the back of the net and get the equalizer. And these are signs of seriousness, unlike the first half where it was all Hohoe United dominating and creating the scoring chances.
A lot more control in the game for them.
Foot up. Adam Inusa. Salifu's throw. Here is Odum. Another throw in for the home side. Occupying faithful in Hohoe. Highly expectant of that equalizer. Familia Kotoko faces. Kotoko have some defending to do as Salifu throws the ball in. Flicked on by Odum, collected by Kamara. Donzo, beaten to it by Paul Kwame. Good defending from Kwame. Sofian Usman shows great leadership qualities. Usman, Odum, flag was up against him for offside. Seth Kujose, Kotoko wants to turn defense into attack, but the agency is lacking.
I think that's the problem from the team. They look more far away, far apart from each other anytime they have the ball. And it's forcing them to always get the ball back to try reconstruct and build their attack. They can be losing momentum.
When you're chasing the game, here's Zakaria, Jehu, Hamzata. Good ball from Jehu to pick up Hamzata again. Lovely turn from Hamzata. Swings in across. It's flicked away.
That was quite decent play there from Hamzata. The cutback, brilliant to get past his mark and whipping that cross, teasing one. Amiduaka was waiting at far post for it, but unfortunately, it's very good offensive work there from Haruna.
Odum. Good control from the forward. But Samba steps up. Now Senati. Oh, lovely. To go past Samba. Brilliant play, but Amwa stops it, throwing Hohoe. The fans are loving it.
They love it. Brilliant piece of play there from Senati. He knows exactly where to find himself, how to wiggle his way through an area of men. Sambo O'Neill combining with Amwa to repel that pass that would have been much dangerous for the Porcupines.
I'll see Maruna to take the throw. Odum heads it. Samba seems to have had a final touch. Assistant referee points to the corner flank. Is a corner.
That's a good call, perfect call there from the assistant referee. The final touch was from Samba O'Neill.
Corner for the home side. To lead by 1-0 here in Hohoe. The last time they played at this venue was in the FA Cup. They lost to Hearts of Lions. Senati's delivery and is collected by Kamara.
Very confident handling of the ball there by goalkeeper Kamara. And it's set to see him on the bike.
Adam Inusa up against Osei. Inusa turns around. Baba is behind him for support. Kotoko gets the throw.
Very good defensive work there coming from Yusuf Salifu. Not giving him any inch to run the ball.
Baba in the middle. Seth Kojose. Here is Amwa. Space to drive. Amwa drives one. Kweku Musa doesn't deal with it well. Adumaku stepped up and Kotoko appealed for a corner.
That was a fantastic drive there from Jose Foma. Took matters into his hand. Swift left foot drive and Kweku Musa parrying it right back into play. Donzo a bit late, but credit to Adumaku. Good show of strength and clearance.
Musa will be thanking Adumaku for his alertness because Donzo was lurking. He needed to be a second faster. Hubert Jehu at the edge of the Hohoe box. Ball is headed away by Odum, and that's the drive that comes from Zakaria Fuseni and flies away for a goal kick.
It was always flying. Very good opportunity for them. Corner kick wasted. The modern game trust set pieces. That's a very good way of getting back into the game, but look at that drive. It was always Rising Zakaria trying to hit the jackpots from a distance.
An opportunity to impress in the absence of the regular partners of Samba O'Neill, Ensu and Ablo. This is a big chance for Zakaria, who seemed to be down the pecking order when everyone is fit in central defense. It's a fair challenge from Amwa.
Looking quite resolute in the second half, making sure that he stands his ground and match and send our team. Teams more re-energized for the second half.
Haruna's throw. Odum is beaten in the air by Amwa. Another throw in against Asante Kotoko.
Baba was late to it. Initially wanted to keep the ball in play. Unfortunately, he was late.
Poor throw in. Malkasimi goes straight to Baba. Now Jehu. Here is Baba. Donzo. Here we Jehu. That's a foul against Paul Kwame.
Most of Kotoko's players that they rely on for creativity to keep their teams back. The second half seems to be on a surge.
Here is Odum. He's up against Samba. Odum hangs on. Samba shows strength. Odum seems to be lacking support here, but he does well to hang on. The hold-up play is brilliant. And the goal scorer, Odro, wants to take matters up with a cutback. And Samba clears it acrobatically away for Kotoko. Osei. Lovely play from Yusuf Salifu on the left-hand side. Odro picks it up. Pushed down by Hamzata. Foul for Hohoe United.
Very good play there from Odro, making sure that he had his entire body in front of the ball. Invited that badge from Hamzata. Good goal, he's intelligent. He knows how to keep the ball. He's actually causing lots of confusion and giving his team that opportunity to try and get a second.
Free kick. Osei Jr. leaves it out, and it's the Hohoe set-piece specialist who relinquished the other one for Odro to score that brilliant one. He gets his time. Alosode bends one, not as good as the one delivered by Odro. Goal kick.
Well, he decided to go for the goal. Unfortunately, he's just tearing away from the goalpost. And you were expecting him to at least put in an in-swinger. That was just too high. Kamara seemed to have had it covered.
One of the many bodies in the Kotoko box aiming for a red shirt would have been a better option. $60 minutes. 65 minutes, Hohoe United still hanging on to that lead. Baba brought down, fair challenge. Osman Sofian also goes down. All not attracting the whistle from the referee as Hohoe United tries to make a move into Kotoko territory. Wasting so much time before releasing that ball.
Well, I think that he should definitely know that he can't afford to be given the ball away in said crucial positions. An early strike of the ball. Maybe too much strength in that challenge there from Amo, but it was a decent win of the ball.
Gideon Kofi has some words for Alosode. Adumaku joins to listen to exactly what the referee is telling his teammate.
You can see Tijani virtually not happy, Daniel Osei. And it's quite surprising, the referee whistled for a foul, but he's giving the ball back as a drop ball to Asante.
Time for any of the coaches to ring changes. Considering the nature of the game, Hohoe would obviously want to consolidate their win and possibly get all 3 points. A chance for a second. Odro's glancing header, just going wide.
Not the tallest of players you'd expect. Odro right there, very brilliant delivery. He couldn't get onto it, but Odro jumping. Ball landed just on his forehead. He asked questions of the defense.
If Kotoko will be making any changes, you were thinking it will be changes in the offensive areas, changes in attack. As the first substitution by Asante Kotoko, you're thinking that this is the time Baba had gotten into his elements and was dictating the pace of the game with his creativity. But Abdul Karim Zito,
he was very much expectant, unlike the first one. Look at that whip. Decent strike on target. But it would always be a routine save for a goalkeeper like Okumusa.
it's Odum against Hussein Zakaria, and Kotoko gets the advantage. Referee thinks Odum was the culprit.
Just look at that, he had it. Just went down easily, you can see. And he kicked the ball away himself. It seemed to have been a start left on him by Zakaria Husseini, but the referee telling him he needs to quickly get out for the game to continue. And as you can see, Ladley, the man who was just wiggling in pain, is already out.
You can always, but he seems to have come up worse after this heavy push.
There was clearly a budget to him. He won the aerial tussle. You can see the referee seemed to have come on his blind side. Those are not happy with that decision.
The dancing even begins before the final whistle, but he must be careful because there's 17 more minutes to go. You don't start dancing before the final whistle.
Well, let him enjoy while it lasts.
Definitely. Set Kajose. Cool heads, calmness, composure will be needed at this point as they chase the game. Good cover up from Yusuf Salifu.
From Hubert Tijel, getting past this man. Daniel Osei knew if he had allowed him, he would have pulled the trigger.
He was just trying to get into a right space where he could drive one of those ferocious shots, but Osei took it for the team, but he's going to get himself blamed if Kotoko score from this free kick.
And as the shield from the defense is going to be thinking, how do I end this game now that Kotoko are getting into the game and creating lots of opportunities?
Free kick for Asante Kotoko, 76 minutes at the Hohoe Stadium. The home side hang on to William Odro's opening stunning strike. Scored from the same position. Hohoe would they all the way from the side were taken.
There's no VAR decision to explain to the entire world. Go on with the game.
Free kick for Asante Kotoko. Samba Oneo, Adam Inusa. Adam Inusa bends one and it's straight to Kweku Musa.
That wasn't the very best of decision making. That wasn't the best of drives. Too direct, too feeble. There's more routine. The goalkeeper found himself the right place, the same place without even taking a step. He only had to leap for it.
Now they're going to shape up for the remaining 12 minutes. Who goes to center forward and how do they build the attack around that person?
It's quite going to be interesting. They don't have a focal point. Looks more like they're not going to go direct.
Here's Amo, his first involvement. Aqua turns around his markers. It's an easy fall from Aqua.
He was engulfed by so many players and there was no way they were going to allow him to run through them.
Joseph Amwa swings in a cross, headed out by Paul Kwame. Amo again for Amwa, but he can't get to it. It's a throw-in for the home side.
Not on the same page as Amo, who tried to just set him up again for another whip into the penalty area. Kotoko gradually trying to create a lot more goal-scoring opportunities, but he hasn't been decent enough.
Seni Zakaria. Aqua. Been heckled by Paul Kwame. Referee's right there. Free kick. Aqua. Amwa. Philip Amo swings in across. It was to the near post, and it was Walid Husseini Nema who has stepped up to get something of it. Aqua. Hamzata. Kotoko appeal for a penalty. Appeal for a penalty. As Adam Inusa's ball looked to have struck the arm of Adomako. But it's all United who want to turn defense into attack. It's William Odro. Sambo O'Neill has some complaints after this decision was taken in favor of Odro.
It's quite surprising looking at that. Set themselves up on the break. Once again. It's clearly Marco right there.
That's a handball.
You can clearly see it.
And he didn't have the arm right beside him, and the arm was swinging, and it was outstretched. That's a penalty.
Just too quick, too fast for the referee to identify that. You can see by the interest and shouts and claim for it. Want to see it again.
So that's the ball from Hamzata. Then Inusa controls it on his chest, tries to shoot.
Looks more like it came off.
A second look doesn't look like it's a handball. I think we need to get it from many
brushed
angles.
Off his shoulder. Brushed off his shoulder. Once again, look at that bright turn.
No penalty.
And it came just off. Brushed off the chest to the shoulder area. That rigid. Adumako had tacked his arm away.
So the body struck that outstretched arm. You know, it just struck the upper body.
Exactly.
From the chest to the shoulder.
That
Good
was
decision. No penalty.
That was brave there from Adumako. That is what experience does for your team. He's played the league for so many years. And he knows what to do to repel an attack. And he put his body on the line for his team.
Absolutely. So from the onset, we in commentary position, from the first angle, you're thinking that he has struck his arm. But from the many angles we saw, Nikofi got the decision spot on. No penalty. No penalty.
No penalty at all. That was the best call from the referee.
Aqua. Amwa swings in across. Inusa, Walid Husseini, Hamzata, and he's blown it away. It took a deflection, and Kotoko will have a corner.
Once again, another deflection there. Hamzata, very brilliant piece of play there from Walid Husseini Nema. He's virtually being given a lot more than what Marifin Donzo gave Asante Kotoko.
Adomako with the header away. Amwa swings in across. A chance for Kotoko. Hubert Jehu with a chance. Goes to Aqua with a little flick onto the bar, and it goes out. Kotoko dictating the pace of the game, creating the chances, and asking a lot of questions of this Hohoe defense. Little flick from Aqua onto the bar, and it goes out.
That was quite A bit of a surprise, expecting Hubert to have actually taken that effort, and you could see from Peter Midoakwa telling him, why didn't you strike the ball? Indecision in the final third of the pitch. United and Asante Kotoko, the equalizer. But great show of organization from Hohoe United. The goalkeeper's area, making sure that every channel is blocked, not to allow Kotoko to strike the ball at close range.
85 minutes at the Hohoe Stadium. Hohoe United leading Asante Kotoko 1-0, and Kotoko coming up with another substitution. It's Hohoe United who are coming up with 2 substitutions. So William Ojo, the goal scorer, and Francis Odum are checking out for Michael Yeboah and David Anani Keke. He scored the goal that might just be claiming all 3 points for Hohoe United. The best goal seen at this venue this season by Hohoe United. He bows out on a high, William Ojo.
That is what you need at times to get wind from such games. It was a beautiful win, a goal he will dream and rethink, reminisce for the rest of his life.
Adam Inusa.
Quite surprised Kotoko are looking to try again. A late goal. Have very few minutes to do that.
And here comes Amo. Desperate clearance away by Senati, who has assumed defensive responsibilities. The fans have started chanting. United, United, with some 3 more minutes to go. Famous win awaits them. If Aqua's drive, Solomon Abdumakon is putting everything in line for Hohoe, and here they go looking for a second. Here is Anani, the final pass.
It's quite surprising for a player who just came on. He should have fresh legs. Getting past Samuel O'Neill there, expected to beat Zakaria, but that was a poor pass from him. Couldn't calculate and measure the right direction and intensity with which he should have passed the ball to find Michael Yeboah.
Here is Zakaria, Fusaini Neymar, Hamzata skips past Yeboah with a cross, and the header from Philip Amo rises above the goal post.
Not a Tellus player, he wanted that delivery to come low, but it came high, and Amo knowing that was too much for him. There was no way he could have had a very decent connection to that ball with a leap, and how swift the cross came in from Hamzata. It's been impressive, but they're failing to hit the target.
It will be a great and historic win for Hohoe United if the game ends this way in their first ever Premier League season. They haven't lost to the biggest clubs in Ghana. They held Hazelbrook to a drawn game on match day 1, and they are just a minute of regulation time away from a win against Kotoko. They're going for a second as they probe through the right side, and they get a corner, Hohoe United.
Oh, the final touch seemed to have come off Joseph Amoa. Has been merrymaking. Has been perfect execution of a game plan from Tijani Ahmed and his men.
Asante Kotoko will next host Dreams FC on match day 14 at the Baba Yara Stadium. Before that, they will be engaging future stars in the round of 64 Classic in the FA Cup on Wednesday. And Hohoe United have a journey to Brecum to play against Chelsea, who have just been beaten 2-1 by Mediama at the TNA. So confirmation of scores Scores for today. Eduana 0, Holy Stars 0, Dreams 2, Bechem United 1, Karela 2, Hearts 0. And this Hohoe fan will be hoping that it stays the same way, 1-0 or even more against Asante Kotoko. His goal between Vision and Apostles is ended.
It's going to be merrymaking for them. I can see they're already in a frenzy. Cheering, celebrating, jubilant atmosphere for them. This will be an historic victory for the team.
6 additional minutes at the Hohoe Sports Stadium. That's the earlier tackle on Sena Atibai Amwa. Nothing deliberate in there.
Looks like the unfortunate hit of Joseph Amwa's knee right into
Senati comes of worse. It's time to do some business in the stands.
It's really a good time, you know.
It's party time and everybody wants to have fun.
And you need a drink to party, you know.
You always need one to party. So Senati can't get back to the game. He's been brilliant for them this afternoon. Unfortunately, he has to go off through that injury sustained from the tackle from Joseph Amwa. Osafu comes in to replace Senati.
So like-for-like replacement there. Osafu also very much more vibrant, likes to carry the ball forward with enough pace.
Kamara comes out, makes contact, but he got the ball first. Adam Inusa. Samba. Amwa. Aqua. Now, Sofian Usman will search forward. Hohoe pushing for the second, and that's very uncharacteristic of the captain as he wastes this chance. He could have put one through for Anna, and he was just lurking around and checking his run into the middle.
Very good run there from the captain. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Not really the intended target. The ball flying too high because his execution wasn't right.
We're into 3 minutes of stoppage time. Michael Yaboa. Stopped by Samba. Back to Yaboa. Michael Yaboa is all alone. He's got the Kotoko captain to beat. Tries to put one through for Anane, but Hamzata arrives and gets the ball away. But he's gifted possession to Michael Yaboa. Yaboa goes for goal, but it's feeble. It doesn't have the conviction behind it. And Kamara will not be troubled.
Clearly, lot of poor decision making from Kotoko at this final moment where you expect them to carry the ball to Hohoe United.
Michael Yaboa, Osman Safian. Paul Kwame. Not a good one for his captain.
I'd say that was really trying to go a bit expansive, but Safian couldn't pick up that pass as early as expected.
This win will take Hohoe United to the 9th place on the league log. If it stays this way, they go on 17 points, and the result will keep Kotoko on the 5th position with 21 points. Samba O'Neill with the last charge for Asante Kotoko. He scored just before the final whistle against Mediama. Here comes Musa Hamzata. Hubert Jehu. Hamzata on the right side. Philip Amo for Asante Kotoko. Osafo wasted time and Kotoko steals possession. Amos effort blocked by Osafo. Adam Inusa. Husseini Zakaria. Samba O'Neill. Samba drives one and is straight to Kweku Musa. He won't be a second week lucky, Samba O'Neill.
That was a fantastic drive from him, but always going to be a rooted save. He saw it coming from a distance, not with the power that would have beaten him, though he picked it up on the second attempt.
The fans are eager for the final whistle. They just can't wait. The celebrations have begun with a few seconds to call it a wrap here at the Hohoe Sports Stadium. Here is Hamza Tamusa to Adam Inusa. Seth Kojose. Hamza Ta with a cross inside. Paul Kwame heads it down. Joseph Omwa sends in a cross. And Kweku Musa gathers it firmly.
It's been a very decent game for him. Show of confidence, quality in every save he makes.
Hohoe United seconds away from making history. The second defeat of the season, staring in the face of Asante Kotoko, having lost to Baseke Holy Stars. Hohoe United, the second team to beat Kotoko if it stays this way, and it looks like staying this way. A miracle needs to happen here for the status quo to change. The moment the flag went up and the whistle went, the fans thought it was the final whistle, but that was an offside call.
And you can see Odro there waiting. He wants the game to end as quickly as it can so that his goal will stand, will be the only goal that was scored in this game for a historic win for his side.
I get the feeling this might be the last kick of the afternoon. Musa delivers. Here's Anane. He drives and it goes outside. It's a goal kick.
That was a very good delivery there from him. He knew he had to turn, but his shot just missing the post by inches.
History has been made. The very first Premier League meeting between these two sides have seen the home team, Hohoe United FC, beating Asante Kotoko by 1-0. And it wasn't just an ordinary goal. It was a goal with sheer class, quality, beauty, brilliance. And Hohoe United have stunned Asante Kotoko. They're beating the Porcupines by 1-0. A game that didn't lack excitement and action throughout the entire duration.
It's been an excellent game, full of everything you would want to see in a football match. And that is a historic victory. It had to take that ingenuity from William Odro to separate the two sides. And it's going to be merrymaking in the tower. It's Sunday. And the environment in and around Hohoe will celebrate this.
The party will continue deep into the night on the streets and in every corner of Hohoe. They have beaten Asante Kotoko. Kotoko's only second defeat of the season. Francis Odum handed the man of the match accolade. He's put up a really good performance this afternoon. But that goal from William Odro will make the headlines in the next week. Full time, Hohoe United 1, Asante Kotoko 0.
the atmosphere and the mood of the people of Hohoe. They've made history by killing the Giants in Asante Kotoko. They are on cloud 9 at the moment and very excited. You're still watching the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on your TV. I've been joined by the head coach of Asante Kotoko, Coach Karim Zito. Coach, first of all, commiseration. Do you think the score line is a reflection of the game we saw?
Well, when you look at the way, to be serious with you, I'm disappointed in our first half performance. I wasn't happy at all. And they had a good free kick and it resulted into a goal. So there's nothing wrong about the free kick. But I think we didn't play well in the first half. To be honest with you, we were tactical indiscipline.
Of course. Now the second half was a much improved performance where we saw you attacking and shooting from behind. Was that a specific instruction?
That was the instruction. Because when you look at our game all the time, we create chances, we don't score. So most of our training of late is about goal scoring. Then why didn't you score? Why do you wait till you've been scored before you try? So today I'm very, very disappointed. And I'm very sorry I'll use this opportunity to apologize to my team supporters that we are sorry. We are sorry.
Of course,
and we'll make sure that we'll make the amendments.
Yeah, but would you admit that the numerous injuries in the team is actually affecting the results you've got, especially the last 4 games?
I think before we started the game, I told you about it, that everybody is registered to come and play for Kotoko. So if somebody is injured, though it might affect you because of the rating, but all the same, you are also registered to play for Kotoko. So why are you not taking the opportunity to also prove that you also deserve to be there? That is why we registered you. So for that, it's no more excuse. We didn't play well in the first half, and I'm not happy. That is why I said apology to my team supporters. We are very, very sorry. I'm not happy.
Coach, you are a very experienced manager. You've been in situations like this before, 4 games without a win. How do you get the boys to get back to winning ways in the next game?
Well, I think, to me, I've not lost hope in my objective for winning the league. I think things, it's even better inside this week. So when we get off our rhythm, I don't think we'll go back again. So definitely I have to use my psychological knowledge of coaching to calm these boys down. But all my problem now is my team supporters. Okay. I apologize to them on behalf of the team. That will do better next time.
Okay, Coach, commiseration again, and we wish you all the best in your next game. Coach Karim Zito is the head coach of Asante Kotoko. They have tasted defeat here again on the road, this time to Hohoe United. Now, I've been joined by a man who was dancing with his players because he's on cloud 9. Coach Abdul Rahim Tijani, you have won a game against Kotoko. First of all, sum up your performance for me.
Firstly, we have to congratulate the boys. They did so well because all what I want to say is hard work works, because we really plan for this game, because we watched the game, the previous matches that they play on Friday and Saturday. So I told my boys we should go all out, because this is the only game that can let us survive or achieve our target. Because next week we are going one of the difficult grounds as well. So I think we did so well, and the game plan worked so well for us, because we really mark out their danger players. You can see that, and they did so well.
What do you make of the free kick?
Yeah, that's what we're practicing always, because you see, football, you can teach your boys tactics, techniques, and physique. Without that focus and resilience and belief, they can't play under pressure. So that's exactly what they did today.
What does this win actually, Coach, does to the confidence of your players going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, because I think this is a team that we tailor a tactics, strategy, and system that suit their strength and capability. So with time, we'll get there. It's a matter of time. And now I think since last week and today, you can see the performance is increasing. So let's wait and see.
Coach Tijani, thank you very much. Congratulations to you. You can join the party.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Hohoe United have beaten Asante Kotoko. And I wish you see what is happening here. The fans are on cloud nine. There you see them dancing and singing and cheering the boys. Now, the man who was voted the most valuable player in today's game, Francis Odum. Francis, great performance by all standard. What are the factors behind this performance that you put up today?
Well, first of all, the guy my coaching, because your coaching I motivating because yesterday and only and shut down for mine. But Kotoko a big team, and that one they helped me any from a big team. But you just park and just say the big team on the baton chain. They are all out because they had 3 points with yes and Kotoko. Okay, better than I and the count and motivating.
Okay. Now, when we are when you know how much of an important is this win? Then a Bayama more confidence.
A boost of confidence, because last week I called the chim. They could not win. Yeah, he's a win with the chim. But yeah, home. Yeah, we are 3 points. Home there is just nowhere the big account and boosting as a home. But to come here across some follow.
And if I now would this Hohoe United, a very season, I'm a good position.
The target and say we want to stay in the league. So you did 10th, 8th. That's our main target. Say from 8th to 10th. That's our main target.
All right, Francis Odum, most valuable player in today's game. There, he outplayed himself in this game. He worked so hard, very, very hard for Hohoe United to achieve this result where they've beaten Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil. It's a huge result for them. For Karim Zito, he's not happy. He has apologized to the teaming supporters of Asante Kotoko and says that they will do well next time. Kotoko have now gone 4 games without a victory, 2 defeats and 2 draws for them. For Hohoe United, it's back-to-back wins for them for the first time in the Ghana Premier League because Monday 12 saw them beat Bichem United by 2 goals to 1. And today they've killed the Giants, beaten Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil. This is where we wrap up our coverage of Monday 13. We started on Friday where we brought you that 11 Wonders and Swedro All Blacks game. Then yesterday we were at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex where Nations also defeated Heart of Lions by 2 goals to 1. We end here with Hohoe United beating Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil. My name is Mutalaya Kubu, and thanks to Kelvin Owusu-Ansah and of course Nana Dakwa Jesse who were in commentary position, and to you all who did the watching at home, powered by Adisa Production, and it was live on TV3 and on your TV. See you on the road for match day 40, and until then, have a good evening.